Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray, and we're just plain living.
Good morning, John.
Hi, Peggy.
What do you think about this weather? We've gone from
it's
summer
Tennessee.
to spring to fall to autumn.
It's Tennessee.
I know.
You don't like it? Wait 2 days. It'll be
Wait
different.
2 days and it'll be different.
We got some rain.
We got a lot of rain, and that's better than no rain because a lot of people are having fires.
Rain is a good thing.
Rain is a good thing.
Rain is a good thing. Rain makes corn grow, and corn makes whiskey, and whiskey makes my girl just a little bit frisky.
Did you write that?
No. There is a song called Rain, though.
But
That's
it seems like yesterday when I looked out the window, all of a sudden the dogwood trees were in full bloom, and the redbuds are everywhere. And
oh, the redbuds are beautiful.
Pears, I think, are what's causing people a lot of grief. There's pollen everywhere.
Pollen everywhere.
But the rain knocks that down a little bit, so maybe we'll be okay.
Yes. Tennessee got beat bad.
It's that happens.
Peggy, that happens. But they made it to the Elite Eight, which was good, and Auburn is still playing, and Florida's still playing, and they're down to the Final Four.
Do you watch every one of them?
No.
Oh, okay. I kind of spot watch stuff, but I never
watch
know
Tennessee.
who's playing or who's winning.
And Fran's a big Kentucky fan, so we watched Tennessee beat Kentucky.
I don't know why I never was a big football fan.
Basketball. This is basketball.
Oh, this is. See,
Peggy's still in football season.
I'm still in football season. Oh, I know it's basketball season, and everybody's tall.
Everybody's tall. Yeah, they're tall, all right.
I like basketball. My father loved basketball, and my sister was a basketball star. She was incredible.
And where did y'all go to school?
I went to
Beach Grove?
Yeah, we went to Beach Grove, and then I went to Coffee County High School, and she went to Bell Buckle High School because all of her friends were going to Bell Buckle.
Going to Bell Buckle. I have a lot of friends who live in Bell Buckle.
And she was so smart, I didn't want to be in the same school she was in. I didn't need that competition.
There you go.
Oh, you're Joan's little sister. So.
Yeah, Joan's little sister. Yeah. I was Jerry's little brother.
Yeah, she was a hard act to follow, and
so was he.
I miss her. I miss her a lot.
I've still got mine. We show up about once a week, get together and chew the cud.
Yeah.
And wish we could. Chew the cud and wish we could.
Right. You might write a song there, huh?
Yeah. Hey, when I'm starting to see a few little flutters about the country show.
Yes.
When is
auditions are coming up in June. I believe it's the 8th. In June, 8th and 9th, because the 8th is on Sunday afternoon, the 9th is Monday. On the 8th, it's at 2 o'clock until 6 maybe, and then on the 9th, it's from 6 o'clock till 9. And the next day, we have the International Folk Festival coming from.
Oh, wonderful.
And that's a wonderful show, and it's four countries. United States is one. They're all folk dancers, and I should have the list. I didn't come prepared to talk about it, but Gastonia, I think, is one, and I don't know the others.
French.
I'll look them up.
Brits.
I'll bring it next time. No, they were here last year. They come from everywhere, and it's a wonderful show.
Oh, it is. It is. We've had that. Greg Heineke had that down at Bell Buckle for a while.
I'm the one that got it in all the places. I got it into South Jackson a long time ago, and then I've suggested to Greg that he should have them there, and so he's had them ever since. And it's a lot of people for us to feed. We don't charge very much, but there's about 100 of them.
To feed.
That is our one commitment, is we feed them dinner after their show, which starts at 7. But that's little in comparison to where they come from and how much it's cost to get here.
Sure.
I need to have someone come on that can talk more about where the money comes from, because it's a lot of granting goes on to get this to happen.
Right.
Anyway, we have a lot coming up. and I'll talk to Greg when he gets here about all that.
Is Greg coming in today?
He's coming in
good,
today.
Good. Well,
I probably ought to call him Mr. Gressel, now that he's so famous.
that he's special.
He is special.
No, he's Greg. 31st of March,
Was yesterday.
my son was born.
Oh,
The
you have a-
day before April's Fool. I was so happy that he wasn't an April Fool baby.
well, Leah Hewlin was born today,
Was she?
April 1st.
April Fool. And also Joe Henry,
Oh,
one of
really?
our original partners of NP Head Productions.
Was born on the 31st.
His birthday was the 31st as well. You have that picture, CJ?
That was right off my hand. I'll get it.
Yeah, find it. I want to show it before the day's over. So I want to do a couple of things for my son. These are a couple of things. Oh, and also before I do that, I want to show this. See that pin right there?
No, I can't
That's
see.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's a button right there. Get a close up on that if you can.
And what
That is, there you go, right there. That is the Vietnam Veterans Pin.
Awesome.
And we had a celebration at the Veterans Park on Saturday.
I knew that was
And
going on.
it was the 13th. The war lasted for 13 years.
Right.
And so on the 50th anniversary of Vietnam War, there's been a celebration every year for 13 years.
Awesome.
And this year it was the last
The
year,
last
the 13th year.
That's awesome.
And the garden club and the different ones, the ladies, we were also given a coin.
oh, very
Like
nice.
a general's coin that had Vietnam on there,
Mm-hmm.
and we were all given one of these buttons, and it was very nice. There was about 100 people there.
And when was that war officially over? Do you know?
Honey, I don't know.
Well,
I
I know we were in the Philippine Islands and supported Vietnam
Right.
from the Philippines. The Air Force did, and
Do the math. You got 13 years and 50. That's 63 years from right now.
That's a lot of years.
When was it over? No, it'd be
60 something, when it. Either way,
whatever.
the
But there were a
Vietnam
lot of
veterans
people there. Kenny Banks,
deserve.
Kenny Banks was the speaker.
Good.
And he did Lunch and Learn about 2-3 weeks ago, and we played part of that, and we'll show some of the rest
Oh,
of that
wonderful.
video today. So, and when my son was playing football, he got 2 ACLs torn.
Ooh,
One as a freshman, and one as a senior. And when he woke up, and when he had the one as a senior, we knew his football career was over.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I wrote this for him, but it's also for. I've also dedicated it to the wounded warriors as well. And I had this framed by his bed when he woke up.
oh,
A young man stands in an ill wind. The battle still rages on without him. A leader of men, both tall and strong, now fights with the moment where dreams are gone. A chill determination still shines in his eyes, but the enemy no longer fears his battle cries. His heart and his will still scream out for more, but the legs that he stands on can't take him to war. His comrades in combat still march glory bound as he fights with the feeling that he let them down. But there's strength in the fact that they still hold his dreams and find inspiration each time he screams. A young warrior stands in an ill wind and dreams of the day when he fights again. The enemy will change, he must wait and see. But no matter the battle, a warrior he'll be. Yes, the enemy changes. That's life's way, you see. But no matter the battle, a warrior he'll be.
That's beautiful. That
And
really
so,
is. What a tribute.
And the next year he was involved, and this is birthday stuff for him, in a car wreck, and had an open brain injury, and was in Vanderbilt care for about a year.
I know, that was horrible.
And I wrote this sitting in the sanctuary at Vanderbilt Hospital. It's called The Scars. It's the walk you walk that marks the man, not a hollow word's echo or a falsely gripped hand. It's not which bistro you frequent. It's not where you shop or the number you step on to get to the top. It's not the money you gather, not the houses or cars. When it's all said and done, you'll be judged by the scars. The stitches you got from helping a friend, the bruises you carry from making amends, the tears on a heart where love's freely given, the scrapes and scratches that come just from living, the pain that you bear for the good of a stranger as you walk straight in and grin at the danger when most step aside and watch from afar. Know that in the end you'll be judged by the scars. When life knocks you down, how do you react? You crawl, scratch, and stumble to find your way back. Up a road you can conquer when you start on your knees, with this new strength of character born in adversity. As you touch all those you pass, no matter who they are, because when it's all said and done, you'll be judged by the scars. It's not that you're pretty, it's not that you're smart, but the depth of compassion and the size of your heart that you share with others, whoever they are. Because when it's all said and done, you'll be judged by the scars.
That's beautiful.
So
What a great
that's
tribute.
for Jacob P. Gray.
Jacob, happy birthday.
And
Well, I won't ask you how old you are.
lovingly known as Rooster.
I know. He's a good man.
He's a good man.
He has a great voice, I
He's a
know
good
that.
man. Oh, he's a good singer. And
Oh,
we're gonna have to talk about the country show.
Well, I thought we were going to have a clip from Piping on the Green.
Well, we can do that right now too.
Well, Piping on the Green is this Saturday. It opens at 9 o'clock. I guess you can come a little earlier if you want to, but on the grounds at South Jackson Performing Arts Center.
Yeah. Woo.
That was the Jacobites, one of the groups that's going to be in the Piping on the Green this Saturday.
Yeah.
And
sure
I have some
is.
girls that are going to sing the Scottish national anthem and the United States anthem.
Very good, very good. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to read the next piece out of the Easter Omnibus. The first one we had was a burrow and boughs. The second, 2 pieces of wood. And this week's is, if I can get my fingers to work.
Is this on the resurrection? Or what is the
Have you seen her, John?
theme of it?
Come on, fingers. Here it is. The sound of salvation.
Okay,
I wrote this about the sounds
all right.
of the event. There were many sounds on the road to Calvary. The rustle of palm leaves beneath his sandal feet. The sounds of betrayal uttered in Gethsemane. The cheers of the crowd when they set Barabbas free. The sound of sobs and weeping from those in the street. As the weight of the cross drove him to his knees. The sound of the hammer as they nailed him to the cross. The sound as he begged forgiveness for all that they lost, all that were lost. The sound of the storm God sent to end this deed. The sounds of fear, the sound of desperation's pleas, the sound of loved ones' whispers as they walked him to the tomb. And the Christ they loved and worshiped was sealed in a room. Then between the sounds of prayers and tears, his voice found its way in. Above the grief and sorrow they heard his words, I will rise again. So they went to the tomb on the 3rd day and heard the sound of salvation in the silence of emptiness when the stone was rolled away.
That's beautiful. Very touching and very sad.
But the sound,
beautiful.
the most
Yeah.
important sound was no sound at all.
No sound at all.
And this is the Coffee County Recovery Court Community Rescue Fair, and there it is up there. It's going to be on April the 3rd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 604 College Street, Manchester, Tennessee. So go down there and check that out and find out all there is to know about the Coffee County Recovery Court, the Community Rescue Fair. So with that said, we're going to bring up a face that we all remember and knew so well. His birthday was the 31st, Mr. Joe Henry. There's Papa Joe right there.
Wonderful man.
He looks just like he's still with us, and we owe a lot to Joe. He was one of the fighting forces that brought P-Head Productions into existence, and for years was the leader and manager. And CJ, his son, is still carrying the torch back behind these doors right here behind us as our producer. And we appreciate the work that CJ does, but we miss Joe still. And with those words said, we'll be back after a short commercial break.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere. Like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker hordes.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer, call Stroop.
Gracie and Pedro might not get along so well.
They're standing on my tail.
But there's one thing they agree on. There's a right seat for everyone.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Whether you're a dog,
Hold on, Pooch.
a cat, a fish, or a rat.
And I'm a ferret.
Be sure to travel safe.
How can you be so sure?
I'm absolutely positive.
On your next adventure, make sure your children are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Welcome back. I have with me today the Greg Gressel, the real man. How are you?
Good. It's good to see you.
I don't know how you had time to come in here.
No, it's good. We are always happy to be here.
I love it that there's this humongous event fixing to open up in the theater. And,
yes, there is.
It's Friday night, right?
Friday night is opening night for Hunchback of Notre Dame, and we've been preparing for it for many months, and super excited to bring this to the stage here in Tullahoma. And it's going to be a good time. It's Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday, and then the following weekend. I think that's 11th, 12th, 13th.
Right, and it's 7 o'clock, 2:30, correct?
Yeah, 7 o'clock on the Friday and Saturday, 2:30 on the Sunday.
And I think it goes on rain or shine, so
yeah, it does.
Be there.
Does. It's going to be a great show.
How many's in that cast? It's a huge cast.
It's a really large cast because the choir probably has 16 or so in it, 16 to 20 in it, and then and the cast has at least more than that actually. There's about 5 main characters, add about 4 or 5 more primary characters in with that. So and then plus all of your congregates, ensemble, everyone that makes the show actual show. So it's a good solid cast of people. Probably a cast of 45
at least,
or so.
I think so.
Yeah.
And the music is canned, right?
Yes.
One of these days we're going to have an orchestra.
Yeah. Well, and hopefully have them available and then have them.
Then have an orchestra
there. But yes, it will be in the auditorium. The music of this show is absolutely incredible. When you think about having a choir on the stage the entire time, you can imagine what the emphasis is towards music.
Toward the music.
So it's a pretty big deal, and
we have great acoustics there, so it probably will match as Notre Dame's.
We do.
Place.
We do, and the set's going to be beautiful. There's a lot of new pieces of technology to see, so you want to come and see what we're talking about. It's going to be pretty awesome.
I'm thrilled that we're starting to get more technology in there because it saves a lot of backs and hard work. I think.
It does, and it just adds to the entire experience. So,
do you mind telling me who the main characters are? Some of them, maybe.
Yes. Well, Quasimodo is played by Jordan Romero, and.
We're really glad to have him come to this town.
Yeah.
Is this the third year they're here about?
Somewhere around there, maybe 3 or 4.
Fairly new, but he has a great voice.
Yeah, great voice. And Shay, whose last name just left me, is playing Esmeralda. She was literally born for the role.
Oh, good.
It is 100% her role. And then David Mayer is playing Frollo. He does pray because he is the grace and in Notre Dame. But it is a different Disney production. That's why it's PG-13. It's a little on the dark side. Not to say that all Disney stuff doesn't have some dark side, but it's a little on the dark side.
A little on the dark side.
Music's
And the
spectacular.
The director.
The director is Heather Kleinfeld.
And Heather is a great director.
She is. She has done an incredible job. Great vision. Total picture understanding of what it is she's trying to do.
Well, I'm excited about that, and so
gonna be great.
everybody need to get your tickets soon, I think, because I think it'll fill up.
I do too.
I feel like it will.
Definitely opening week, and then that second week in will be just hit or miss if you're able to get anything that you want as far as the type of seats you want. So you want to try to get them now.
And the next thing is Carla Harris.
The next thing is Jazz on Jackson, Carla Harris, International Jazz Day, April 30th.
And it's on a Wednesday.
It is a Wednesday.
And I hope that that won't deter anybody from coming because it's a spectacular group.
It will be an incredible show. On the stage, we're going for that jazz club kind of feel. Again, this year we'll have some on-side stage, backstage kind of tables. And now that we've got a nice space in front, we're going to have some up front tables as well.
Yeah.
So all of that kind of adding to that jazz club feel, and then fill in the center section there with the rest of our patrons, and just have an incredible night of
And we're doing
unbelievable jazz.
workshop at 1:30 for some high school students, and hopefully that those that are interested in jazz and instruments, either singing or instruments, are welcome to come. It's at 1:30, and
yeah, and it's not just high school students. There, hopefully we'll have some high school students there, but we're going to we'll have some Motlow students there. We'll have some adults. I already know some adults that are coming. Bring your instruments and be a part of that. It's going to be, Carla is a vocalist, but she's got a 5-piece a set that's coming with her.
She's saxophone, piano, drums, bass, and her, I guess. Is that it?
Yeah. So.
And she's, a lot of times we don't have a singer, but I think it adds to a group
really
to have
does.
a singer.
I think we've got a clip of her.
We do. We're going to show a clip.
Absolutely.
Can we do that now?
Hey everybody, jazz vocalist Carla Harris here to tell you that I am really looking forward to being at the South Jackson Performing Arts Center on Wednesday, April 30th, which also happens to be International Jazz Day. We're there to help you celebrate this style of music that is so uniquely American. I'm coming with a great group of musicians, just the best of the best, and we're going to be performing an evening of a lot of different styles of jazz for you. So if you're somebody who loves live jazz, if you're somebody who is maybe just a little curious about this style of music, this evening is definitely for you. And we hope you'll come on out. We look forward to it and can't wait. See you soon.
All right. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we see, oh, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So, darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, and I swear I was falling, swear I was falling, almost like being in love. Sweet sugar drips, come
and then a kiss. But more than this, I wish you love. When snowflakes fall, I wish you love. The most of all, I wish you. Thank you so much.
We hope you'll get your tickets soon because
Yes, we'll have, like, those tables will be on sale. You have to call the office at 931-455-5321 for the tables. The rest of that will be online. And man, if you think about it, think about what is happening in the month of April. We're taking you from 15th century France and all the Latin and all the incredible music there to jazz.
I know,
all
isn't
in
that
one
great?
month. It's awesome.
And
Love it.
I hope that the community will come out for both productions and enjoy yourself. Sit back and relax and just enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Take it in.
Take it all in.
It's a good time to be in Tullahoma.
Well, Greg, I don't think we need to go much further. I mentioned that we're having auditions for country on the 8th and 9th of June. And
yeah.
I also mentioned the Folk Festival, which is June 10th. And so I know there's a lot else going on this summer.
Don't forget Piping on the Greens this weekend's happening Saturday.
Right.
We're praying that the weather is going to be cooperative with us. We had a wonderful time last year. We
It was a beautiful day, and it went really well. And they have some nice groups coming in. I can't name them all. I wish I could.
Yes, there's a lot of great groups and great bagpipers, and so.
A little bit of everything, and crafts and stuff to buy, and bring you a little money because you may want to buy something. There's food trucks.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Are we supposed to say goodbye, or are y'all going to cut us off?
You got time? No time?
No time.
Yeah, I think we've said about all we can say, but we'll keep talking if we need to.
We don't want to spoil too much, but come be a part in April.
Right.
It's going to be great. There's no April Fool in here
right.
today.
No April Fool at all.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born, where your neighbors stop to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while, where your Fridays are spent under the lights, and where Saturdays are made for the water, where you can feel good about a hard day's work and take pride in a job well done, where small business makes a big impact, and home is always a sight for sore eyes. And where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority, power in community.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer cross trip.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
Hello, everyone. I'm John Rick. This is Pat Welch and John. We're here today for segment 84 of the Conversation with John and Pat. And it's going to be a thrill to do it.
I got a song that Joe Nunley and I wrote together. The Yankees took us prisoner in 1862. There were so many of them, there was nothing we could do. They stole our cow and chickens, and Mama's face turned red. She quickly grabbed a musket and shot one in the head. They snatched the rifle from her hands and knocked her to the ground. They locked us in the courthouse in Murfreesboro town. They woke me up next morning and they chained me to a stone. Said your mama shot a soldier boy and we're shooting you come down. And I heard the hoofbeats drumming as them Rebs came charging in. And they rode a tall gray figure out in front of his brave men. It was the Wizard of the Saddle, in my memory I still see General Nathan Bedford Forrest and his mounted cavalry. The day was just a breaking when I heard that awesome sound of old Bedford's gray-clad cavalry on the main street of the town. Rebel yells and Dixie seemed to fill the morning air. Sim Forrest and his raiders were fighting everywhere. But when the battle ended and the smoke and dust had cleared, the prisoners in the courthouse all began to cheer. Old Forrest drew his saber and he cut the chains from me. The Wizard of the Saddle had set Murfreesboro free. And I heard the hoofbeats drumming as them Rebs came charging in. And they rode a tall gray figure out in front of his brave men. It was the Wizard of the Saddle, in my memory I still see General Nathan Bedford Forrest and his mounted cavalry. It was the Wizard of the Saddle, in my memory I still see General Nathan Bedford Forrest and his mounted cavalry.
Excellent. Now, John, let's get our viewership up to snuff on your co-writer there. Professor Nunley, did he teach in the Department of History or Education?
He was a Chapel Hill native, coached at Lynchburg. We did a story on him, won his team beating Shirley Major's Huntland group. But he went then professor at MTSU.
In which department?
History, I think.
Okay.
But he became alumni director over at MTSU.
He was really well known and really well respected.
Nice guy, good guy. And he loved history. And that was a song about Bedford Forrest, my great-great-grandfather. Great-great-great-grandfather. Put a picture of my great-great-grandfather. His name's Peril Columbus Haynes. You see it down at the bottom. And that was him in his Civil War uniform. And it was interesting how I got a hold of this picture. We didn't have it in the family pictures, but I met another relative that had it. My grandmother referred to him as the old colonel. Grew up in Cornersville, southern Marshall County, where his daddy had a Revolutionary War grant. And he had a brother named Milton James Rufus. And he and old Colonel, they all went and fought in the Mexican War And it's interesting, James Rufus died of measles in Lavaca, Texas. And they went down.
While he was in the service?
While he was in the service. And I'm not sure how his body came back. I don't know if PC helped bring it back. I don't know all the circumstances on that. I haven't really researched that.
Do you know where he's buried?
I know where the Hayneses are buried. It's in a cemetery there in Cornersville.
Okay.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it. But
add that to the list of places we can stop on.
That's right. It's a beautiful cemetery. And they went down as far as Veracruz, Mexico, on their in the Mexican War. Land grants were given to Mexican War soldiers. Well, P.C. Haynes bought up several land grants from people who got them, and these land grants were in Iowa. He went up there and discovered where these tracks were and lived up there quite a while. He came back to marry Melissa Patterson, and they went up there, and they had a couple of 3 kids up there that were raised in that were born in Iowa. But then they moved back down to Tennessee, near her parents' home place out west of Chapel Hill, and that's where they lived. And then PC was called into service after Tennessee came into the Civil War, and he entered as a captain. And he was under James Starnes. We see a marker out here on the Manchester Highway down Hawker Smith Road where Starnes was killed out that road.
We've had a segment on that.
Yeah. And he was wounded February 3rd, 1863 at Fort Donelson. There was a bullet that came, mini ball came at him, hit him right under the right nostril. I've always heard it said the farther away from the heart or the head, maybe you'll live more often. But back at that time, they didn't deal with germs like they do now.
I've listened to this story a few times, at least that injury, and it instantly took out all his teeth on the right side of his upper plate. Deafness
in his right ear, his paralysis in his eye, face drooped. He wore a goggle or patch over it. My grandmother called it a goggle. And teeth out. This was...
And he's a little bit had trouble with his face sagging on that side, and he had an extremely difficult time chewing.
The Dr. Gooch, acting surgeon, the 28th Tennessee Cavalry, wrote this wound, the ball entering the superior maxillary bone under the right nostril, knocking out the teeth of the upper jaw on the right side, fraction of the lower jaw, and lodging in the back of the head, producing paralysis of the muscles in the right side of the face, confirmed deafness of the right ear, and inability to close the right eye. The mouth can be at best slightly open, rendering eating most difficult and laborious. I further
That's exactly what we said, but in much more medical terms.
Recovery of these injuries will be distant, and if at all. The way he was injured, he, Forrest, Starnes, and a bunch of other troopers were riding down on Fort Donelson trying to capture some men, and they were going to use them as shields to go into the fort. I can't imagine what it took to do that sort of thing. But anyway, he was hit. Forrest's horse went down. Starnes was injured. It was a bad scene. But it was real cold. February 3rd. It had been snowing and all. Maybe that's what saved his life. The cold weather. Don't know that. But he resigned from the Confederate Army, but he stayed on in the Invalid Corps for the remainder of the time, and May 9th, 1864, they surrendered. Maybe that seemed like it'd be 1865, and he did menial chores around it because this really affected his head entirely. He would come back to Chapel Hill and live. Let's say him in
a little bit what a charitable term might be eccentric.
Yeah. Show a picture of him in later life. There he is as an older man. He always turned away from the camera a little bit. You can see he probably had a glass eye, some sort of, he didn't, so he always turned away from camera.
He was definitely into profile
That's
photography.
Right. Go to that next one. There he is, and he was a prominent man around Chapel Hill. He was a member of the Cumberland Presbyterian Church. And then he was
Is that the one
Masons,
on the grounds of Forest School?
on the right
Okay.
side of Forest, and it was established in 1836, I believe. And that I know those men around him. I won't go into detail who they are, but Merritt's one of them, and I can't remember the others. But anyway,
Were you
I've got
related to
them
any of them, John, other
no,
than the Colonel?
Colonel's on the right lower side there.
Again, favoring he wants a profile.
That's right.
Look.
That's right. And then the next one, next picture, that's him with a goggle. My grandmother set a goggle on his eye out in front of a house there in Chapel Hill. I think that was his daughter and son, but I'd have to look at my notes to see if that's the case. And you know, we said eccentric now. Let's go to the next one, Philip. This was done in 1891. This out in on the farm there west of Chapel Hill. And look, do you see pictures in that picture? They brought out deceased family members and put them in the picture. Let's get old grandpa or whatever, and let's put them in the picture
It's really kind
too.
of touching that they had such
And look, they've
reverence
got-
for their relatives that they included pictures of.
We need to think about doing that ourselves, don't we? They have shotguns in the picture, and there's old Colonel in the middle. He has that white beard, and down below him is his wife, Melissa. The Colonel lived to be 81 years of age, and even though he got wounded early in life, and Melissa died 14 years before he did, so he lived to be an old age. Let's show that next picture. That's him out in front in his mule yard. Now, the war was over in 1865, and this picture was done on the same day that family picture was done. And there he is, the Colonel. And I didn't realize this, and I don't think anybody in our family did, until we made a real close-up. This is about as close as we can get for this, for the television here. He has a sword, his old Confederate sword, in his right hand, and he's got a powder horn over his shoulder. And behind him, I think he might have his hand crooked around behind him, holding an American flag. And that's what I think is so wonderful about this. You know, you might argue with the fact the Civil War wasn't a proper war or whatever. This man, and a lot of folks like him, came back into the United States. He was a Mexican war soldier. He was an American. He then went into the Confederate Army. He wasn't an American, He wanted to pull away from America. Now, he's solidly back in with the United States.
It was a terrible war, but it was incredible how the wounds healed. And some argue that we still have problems north and south today, but we don't have problems like they have in Europe. When groups of people have despised one another for literally thousands of years.
I've thought about that, and I think the way capitalism, I think, makes it all heal better.
You think money makes a...
The North and the South, there's cotton to be sold back, there's food to be, and capitalism helps out.
As the South had to rebuild, there was always a need for investment then.
Swords, spurs, and the Masonic apron were in a box in the Masonic Hall at Chapel Hill, and they were stolen somewhere along the way. So we don't have that sword anymore. Pat, that's about it. We've had enough talking about the Colonel.
Well, that was a fine segment, 84, and we have balanced 84 with 83. We had a segment that featured Union, and now we've had one that has centered on the South. We want to make sure everybody realizes we're fair and balanced.
Exactly.
You're right. And that does it for 84. We hope that management will bring us back for 85 as we march to 100. Thank y'all.
Talking history about the Sandman. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
When asked why I go with light tube, well, the answer is pretty simple. In 1946, a company was formed to provide phone systems and nurse call systems at an affordable price. That company would continue to grow. In 2000, that communication team realized the dot-com bubble would provide power, flexibility, and efficiency to house voice-over internet phone services. So they built their own platform and installed their first voice-over IP system in 2001. While Host My Calls was getting started in 1946, a year later, in 1947, saw the beginning of the Tullahoma Utility Authority. They would start providing electric power to homes and businesses throughout the entire Tullahoma area. In 1977, as more services were needed, the current building was built to provide both power and water to meet the needs as Tullahoma's growth continued. And in 2008, Tullahoma would venture into the world of fiber optics and start providing the strongest internet service in the area at affordable prices. With the history of these two companies providing dependable service, selecting LightTube for Host My voice, text, and video to run over was an easy choice. Call today, 931-581-4411, and start experiencing great communications.
Hi, my name is Ringo, here at Barkview Senior Living. They're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. Yeah, you even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my classmate and friend Kenny Banks was the speaker at the Vietnam Veterans celebration the other day. But he also did a lunch and learn with the Parks and Rec Department a couple of weeks ago. And last week we brought part of that to you. Now we're going to bring the other part of that interview right now.
The Geneva Conventions, who followed the Geneva Conventions? The United States. Anybody else? No. So they got me back to Way, right there. Way is where the 85th Back was and the 18th Surgical Hospital. And I wasn't feeling sorry for myself. I really wasn't. But, hey, I'd been hit and, I'm out. What's this going to do? Didn't do anything. I'm still living with it. Don't care. I've got it. So, anyway, it was like a mass unit. Remember, this is in 1970. It just looked like something like that. But a little bit better. They were wooden barracks or whatever. But when I went in, the doorway there, you know, and I'm whatever, and armless. God. God, there's about 20 bodies lined up, just laying on the floor. And I told myself, I said, I didn't feel sorry for myself, but those guys, you know, I wanted them to forget about me and take care of those guys. And I just, I see all these things like they were yesterday. But I stayed back in the rear for 3 weeks at Camp Eagle. That's where the 501st was, the rear guys. And I'm not going to tell you what we called them. But anyway, they were guys back that got a shower, hot meals, never even saw the jungle. But that's okay. That was their job. And now, after I get back out, we have left Normandy, and now we're up at Granite Ripcord up in this area, Gladiator, okay? And this is where it was. This is where it was. And we're not far from the DMZ, okay? And this is where the NVA, of course, brought down all their stuff, and we were trying to cut off the A Shaw Valley Ho Chi Minh Trail supply route, okay? And being out here, 25,000 NVA troops. 25,000. And I'm finding all of this stuff out in the last 2 or 3 years. A guy walked into my store and he had on a ripcord calc. And you can ask him, I never told, a soldier would come in and it would say that, and you can ask him, the first thing I would do is get up and shake his hand and say, thanks for your service. Not once, I don't think that I ever told one, hey, me too. 55 years it's here, I never told anybody. I've already said it, including my family. Never did. I just didn't want to. But anyway, 25,000 NVA troops. The 101st was at full strength, and that's why they kept us there. The 4th Infantry, the 9th Infantry, the 1st Cav, the 25th Electric Strawberry, those infantry units had been withdrawn back to the States. Most of them. So it was the 101st to take this A Shaw Valley, which this still is the A Shaw Valley, but most of it north, okay? That's where all the fighting was. And if I can get this out, let me see. In the 101st, we had the Arvins were down here. Not many of them worked with us. Artillery. 4th Battalion of the 77th. 1st Battalion of the 319th. 2nd Battalion of the 319th. Then we had the 326 Medical Battalion. Now, we're getting into the aviation. We had the 101st Aviation. These were the Cobra gunships. We had the 158th Aviation, and we had the 159th Aviation battalions. Then we get into the infantry boys. We had 5th Special Forces, and we're all up here. We had the 5th Special Forces. We had Company L, 75th Rangers. We had the second of the 17th Cav, Troop Command, and Air Support. They were Air Cav, and they also had their Troop Command. Then we had 1st of the 327th, 2nd of the 327th, 1st of the 187th, 2nd of the 182nd, 1st of the 501st, 2nd of the 501st, 1st of the 502nd, and 2nd of the 502nd. And I don't know how many men that is, but that was our division. And now we're nowhere near that. We may have 10,000, but there's 25,000 NVA troops, 25,000. And not only that, 20 million gallons of Agent Orange were put in the A Shaw Valley in Vietnam. And I got a good dose of it, a real good dose. But anyway, I have diabetes from that, but I don't care. I've told everybody I don't care. I shouldn't even be standing here, and only by the grace of God am I standing here. And that's why I don't care. If I die, I would love to die with a bullet saving somebody's life, or I would love to die pulling somebody out of a swift water in the river. And that's the way I want to die. I don't know if I'll ever get to, but that's the way I would love to die. I was trying to do that there, but what I know about the politics and what they were doing to us now that I even know about it, I didn't know about this stuff. I wish I did then. I don't know what I would have done. Hamburger Hill. This is when Nixon decided to build up the 101st and go. This was also called the Valley of Death, A Shaw Valley. And after Hamburger Hill, I'm going to read this. Oh, here's a picture there. Oh, here we go. Neat little story before I get into this. You see that Schlitz beer? We had one great first sergeant. He was in the back, but every 2 weeks in our platoon were, let's say, you know, somebody would get wounded and whatever, I'm not going to say, but we had anywhere between 30 and 35. He knew how many we had, and if there were 35, he would send out 35 hot beers. Schlitz, Hounds, Pearl. And I would drink my beer sometimes. Sometimes I wouldn't. But if you did not drink that beer, he said, I will come out there and get your rear end. You pour it out. You did not give a guy 2 beers because he had my back, I had his back. And they didn't want anybody having 2 beers, you know, hey. But I drank a few of my beers, but I poured out a lot of them. I can tell you that. I wasn't much on Schlitz and whatever. If it had been a Budweiser, I'd probably drank it. But anyway, that's what he...
Looking for that perfect horse to suit your wants and needs can be very exhausting and discouraging. But once you find that certain horse, it all changes to joy and excitement. That's why the best place to look for your dream horse is the Equine Performance Horses sales site. We have a lineup of some of the best horses being offered for sale in the equine industry. Whether you're looking for that perfect trail horse, an extreme cowboy mount, or a winning show horse, find the one you desire at Equine Performance Horse sales site. Put a smile on your face, laughter in your heart, and fun in your life by visiting equineperformancehorse.com and find your next mount. To discuss a specific horse, call 931-224-4191 or 931-581-4411.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me at Life Care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and hey, Julia, pull that out and show that man back behind me. Well, there's Miss Fran right there. Now show that guy.
There he is.
That's the Purple Olympican right there, and he is the mascot of the Purple Olympics for Alzheimer's Tennessee. Now we can go back and show Miss Fran, and she's here today to tell us about our Purple Olympics for this year.
Yeah, thank you.
May the 3rd.
Coming up May 3rd, yes, sir. It'd
be yours.
We are very honored to bring the Purple Olympics again this year to Tullahoma High School on Saturday, May 3rd. We hope that most people will go online and register ahead of time. If you don't have an opportunity, you can still register the day of the event. It's a free event. Needless to say, it is our one big fundraiser of the year, and we appreciate any and all donations. We have teams that are coming in to compete. We have some really great games.
Yes, we do.
And competitions. And don't y'all love my hat? John designed this, and I just really have enjoyed wearing it, especially on a bad hair morning. My hair is the same every day. It just
your
does its
hair
own
is
thing.
great, always.
But anyway, we don't have a walk per se. There are several organizations around that have walks, and so when we first got involved with Alzheimer's Tennessee, we decided we wanted to do something unique and special that would set us apart from the other groups and the activities, and so we decided to do the Purple Olympics. And we came up with some, as I said, some really fun activities. Because we are able to use the high school gym, we have free throw, we have hula hoop, and I hope you hula hoopers are out there practicing even as we speak, because that is almost a lost art. It really is. So we want to see you move those hips and get those hula hoops rolling around you. We have adult-sized tricycles for racing, And that's always a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It is so much fun. Yes, it is. And we have some seated games. We have puzzles. We have 2 8-foot-long puzzles of the state of Tennessee, not cut into 95 pieces. We could have been really mean and done that, I guess. But they're just in 25 pieces. And let me tell you, this girl thought she could just sit down and put it right together. I couldn't. And so if you all like geography, if you love Tennessee, I'll encourage you to go ahead and practice putting the state of Tennessee together or memorizing where the counties are. Yes, we know where we are, don't we? Most of us. But then there's some counties that are just kind of unknown to us, and we don't know where to put them. But we time people putting those puzzles together, and it's really fun to watch. We also have other guessing games, and we have dancing, and it's just more fun. We are also in the process of collecting yummy, yummy cakes for our cake and prize walk. We're picking up some other prizes, and we will have our cake walk in the lobby this year. If you haven't been to THS for a while, you're going to have a wonderful surprise the next time you go in the gym. They have completely revamped the floor and the bleachers. I'm not quite used to the idea of sitting on the visitor side now for the home side.
Right.
But otherwise, it's really beautiful, and we want to protect it. So we will be asking everyone to wear shoes that will not leave a mark. We're going to leave a mark just by being there. But
Yes, we are.
But we're not going to leave a shoe mark. The floors will be covered. But we do want to invite everyone to come out. Call me if you would like at 931-434-2348. Come see us, come play with us. You can have a team of 1 or a team of 50. But we want you all to come out. We want to raise awareness because someday we're going to help make Alzheimer's a memory.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. And other games would be ring toss, bowling, cornhole,
googly ball,
checkers. It's all fun for the family. It's free. We have food. Come May the 3rd. And with that said, we'll be right back after this message.
Thank you.
There you go.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born, where your neighbors stop to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while, where your Fridays are spent under the lights, and where Saturdays are made for the water, where you can feel good about a hard day's work and take pride in a job well done, where small business makes a big impact and home is always a sight for sore eyes, and where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority. Power in community.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department needs you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing. or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
All right, Peggy, we're back, and I wanted to keep Fran up here because we're in June. We'll have the rehearsal or the tryouts for South Jackson Goes Country, and our son Jacob, who is an entertainer, was on, and I wrote a song called "Strut" about him, and he sang that song, and I wanted to promote him. His birthday was yesterday, and we're just proud to have him. And we'll close the show today with Strut.
Love it.
Bye.
This next song is one my dad wrote for me and some other people. We got to keep your head high and strut through all the tough stuff in life. So get me going. The good old days seem to have left. The pen has vanished from my step. This life is crazy. If I got lazy, bored and tired of looking up, it seems the harder I work, the further I fall. Well, I found the secret to it all. You want the pain to stop and get back on top, no matter what. You gotta strut. Yeah, strut. Like Neil Armstrong, first step on the moon, strut. Like you're walking your bride down the aisle in June, strut. Like you're on top of your game, and everyone that you met knows your name no matter what. Oh, you gotta strut. Hey, there's a little miss down on your luck with no place left to pass the buck. Sun still shining, mountains deep climbing, you're still breathing and warm to the sun. The past is past, so what the heck? It's all about the image that you project. You gotta be unique when you hit the street, no matter what. You gotta strut. Yeah, strut. Like you don't have a single hair strut. Like a red brigade, John Joe
my son and my wife's friend's son, Jacob Gray. And we're going to close out with a song that I wrote for him about 10 years ago when he was going through some medical and physical problems. It's called Strut. Hope y'all want that good time, right? The good old days seem to have left, the past have vanished from my step. This life is crazy if I got lazy. Oh, it's tired of looking up. The harder I work, the further I fall. Well, I found the secret to it all. You want the pain to stop and get back on top, no matter what. You gotta struggle. Yeah, struggle. Like neon cones where I step on the moon, struggle. Like walking your ride down the aisle in June, struggle. Like you're on top of your game, and everyone that you pass knows your name, no matter what. All you got is stuff. Here's a little miss down on your luck, with no place left to pass for love. Sun still shining, mountains keep climbing, the ocean breathing and warm to the touch. The past is past, what the heck? It's all about the image that you project. You gotta look deep when you hit the street, no matter what. You gotta trust. Yeah, trust. Like you don't have a single extra. Like Christmas cake inside your head, strut. Like your life not a mess, and you still look like $1 million in that little black dress, no matter what. All you got is strut. Let me tell you what. Cock your head low, shoulders back, stand up straight, tall. They might beat you, but they won't eat you, Lord, you'll live through it all. Somebody's moving off the dirt, we climb up out of that blood. Against God's grace, you gotta look your best, no matter what. You gotta trust. Yeah, trust. Like you just hit your first home run, trust. Like a pocket full of golden money, trust. Like you're on top of your game, and everyone that you met knows your name, no matter what. All you gotta trust, no matter what. All you gotta trust.
My dad wrote this song for me a few years ago after I had a little accident. I got down in the dumps for a second, so he wrote this one to get me back on top. Here we go.